What is up, you guys? So, as you saw by the title, I'm being completely transparent here and say that I fucked up. So, a little backstory. Typically, I am not a fearful person or a lazy person. You'll see that being a theme in many of my videos. Fear and lazy are the two main variables that mess us up as men in this world. So, if you find yourself being fearful and lazy, you need to shake your ass out of that right now and like figure one thing out to be your struggle. So I've been both at the same time, and I'm telling you, it's not a good place. But generally speaking, I've always been hardworking, and I've almost never been fearful. Like, I'll typically talk to whoever girl I need to talk to. I'll go skydiving, get a motorcycle. I love that stuff. Snowboarding, skydiving, adrenaline, anything that makes me feel like I'm alive, I'm with it. I'm not scared. Even fighting, like I'll fight whoever except for Mike Tyson. I'm not fighting that guy. That guy's crazy. Um, you know, I've always enjoyed the physical competition, even mental competition. In school, I was often competing with the other smart kids. Like, yo, what you got on that? You got a 97? Oh, I got a 98. You stupid. So, you know, that's the fearful side. And the lazy side is I've always kind of been on the hardworking side. I never mind putting in the work, and because I always knew that you get the result. So I just looked at it as a means to an end. You put in the work, you get the result. However, there was a time in my life where I was lazy and I was fearful. And in regards of being fearful, just to be completely transparent, it was in a relationship. I had gotten what I believe was at the time the best that I could get, which was a beautiful dark-skinned woman who had the body of a track star. And that's what I got. I had a natural-haired dark-skinned woman who was my fiance, and she had abs. She was a D1 athlete. Like, she was built. You guys know what track stars look like? That's what it was. And I was fearful because I felt like, ooh, damn, I got this. If I lose it, I'll never have anything like it again. And so I ended up putting up with a lot more than I should have. And I ended up holding her to a higher esteem, pedestalized her more than I should have. And if any of you guys have been in relationships, you'll know once you do that, it's like they smell blood and they going for it. That's it. Like, that's it. They smell the blood, like piranhas. They smell the blood. You're dead. That's it. So without getting into too much detail, that's what happened to me. And now, years later, I've had access to multiple women that fit the exact same dynamic. So I no longer experience fear in relationships. I don't think I experience fear in anything anymore. So that's just one quick story. And then in terms of being lazy, I definitely, I used to tell people, I am the laziest fit person you'll ever meet. Like, I am the type of person who will park as close as possible so I don't have to walk further, right? However, it manifested for me in my business where after I learned that I had made more in a year than my dad did in that year, because he's a respiratory therapist at a hospital, I was like, oh, I'm making more than doctors do, so what I need to work anymore for? I'm already doing like, what, 6 hours a day? Like, I'm not working much. Like, I'm making this much income. I can coast and live life and yada, 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 right? But I'm like, wait, no. Actually, it took a shift. It took a major shift for me to change that. And so I just wanted to express that I've definitely experienced fear and laziness. And I know that a lot of people experience it too. However, I can guarantee and promise you that if you get to the other side of it, oh man, it is a sweet place to be. And so it's like, okay, well, why am I doing this? I want to be as transparent as possible because I believe that there is not enough transparency amongst men, amongst black men, whoever's watching. This channel is really for men. However, I find that when we can just be honest and just accept things for what they are and move forward, that is where our power is. You know, I can tell you it takes work. Like, a quick story. One time my only injury I got is me looking in the mirror, right? I was doing some like heavy shrugs and I was turning because my tricep was popping out looking crazy jacked. And I felt this pop right in my neck, like right in my upper trap. And I dropped the bar, my arm went numb, and I assumed the worst. I was like, damn, I tore something, bulging disc, I don't know what it was, but it turned out to be a really bad nerve impingement. And it was so bad that I couldn't do push-ups. I couldn't do any push-ups. For me, I've always been fit, I've always been active, I've always been pretty disciplined, and I've always just done push-ups. However, I literally could not do a push-up. I was using, as I was rehabbing myself, 5-pound dumbbells for tricep extensions. That was me at my darkest time in my life. I was fearful. I was like, I'm never gonna, how am I gonna have a fitness career and I can't do push-ups? How is this gonna work? And so, that went on for at least a season. It was like 4 months, I think 5 months of me just trying to slowly rehab myself back to being able to move. And it's still not even at 100%. My left tricep, it's like 95%, but it's not at 100. And, I know that being able to bring my tricep strength from 5-pound skull crush to now where I'm at 50-pound skull crush, that's progress. That is undoubted progress of consistency and dedication to the end goal. And that's why I'm very sympathetic with a lot of my clients, regardless of where they are in their fitness journey. I know what it's like to not have that much strength and what it takes to build it back up. So when it comes to being able to push forward in life, and you'll see a common theme in these videos, I find parallels between everything: money, finances, relationships. You can't be fearful. There will be challenges. There will be ups and downs. And I think in one of my other videos, I'm like, too many of us are playing too many of us are playing checkers, not chess. And what I mean by that is, you're gonna get some pieces taken off the board unless you win in 2 moves, but usually it takes years to develop that skill to be able to win in 2 moves, right? So you really wanna have that perspective as much as possible in your life, because there's gonna be challenges, it's gonna be hard, you're going to fail. And when you're not fearful of the failure, of the struggle, of the rejection, that's when you become successful. And in any field, in any relationship, in any aspect of life, it is the same. And so I really love having cultivated the skills I learned in fitness, because I apply it to everything else in my life, because I truly believe the way we do anything should be the way we do everything. And the reason for that is, ideally, if you're gonna play a game, you play it to win, period. And so if you're gonna be in a relationship, you go into the relationship to win, to be successful. If you're gonna do a business, you do the business to be successful in the business. And so, once you can develop that understanding of this is what it is, then it just is what it is. And you therefore apply yourself with that knowledge. And I think, just to not make this too long-winded, if we know that fear and laziness are 2 of the main things that hold us back in almost any endeavor in our lives, we should hit that head on. Just shine a light on it, take a moment, be completely transparent with yourself, and be like, yo, I've been lazy because this, or yo, I've been fearful of this and this. That's why it's, hindering me from moving forward in the way that I want. Once you have that level of awareness and you can just accept and look at it as, you know what, if I'm gonna play chess, I know I'm gonna lose some pawns. I'm gonna lose a couple rounds. I'm gonna be rejected a couple times. It's part of the process. And then once you develop the calluses, once you develop the skills, once you develop the nuances of whatever it is that you're pursuing, that's when you'll be successful. And to tie it all back around, I'm always incredibly grateful of the connections that I make with my clients. because I know this relationship that I have with my clients is very, personal. Obviously, personal training. It's a lot of my clients look at me like I'm a therapist, and I'm a therapist and a fitness coach. Let's just call it what it is, not diagnosing anything though. However, because of the perspective that I have with everything, it's like I can give pretty solid advice with a lot of things. And it's not just fitness, it's like life coaching almost at this point, because it's like the way that you take care of your physical body, you should need to take care of your relationships. And I've had so many conversations with my clients about relationships and this and that. I'm not going to share any of that because like the whole client confidentiality thing that I have going on. But I truly do believe that when you're transparent with people and you're open and you're honest and genuine, excuse me, that's when they start to trust you even more. I've had, actually, most of my high-end clients I've had for over 8 years. Consistently, like not on and off, like the entire time they've been coaching with me. And many of them got the result that they originally wanted, but they stayed because they also adopted the same mindset. Like, I feel like, yes, I'm just helping them with their fitness, but there's more to it than that. There's, after you achieve this goal, let's get to this goal, let's get to this goal. Like, there's still more goals for you to achieve because there's levels to everything. And that's one of the things that I had to really accept in terms of my being lazy in my business. Like, okay, cool, so my income is on par with those who may be doctors, but there's levels above that, and then there's levels above that. So, I am no longer being lazy in regards to the business. So just to be transparent, that's half the reason why this channel is even here. I didn't give a shit about social media because I was making the money I made without social media. It was all word of mouth. The clients that I had referred me to other clients, and that was my outreach. And I was doing that for 8-10 years. Like, in hindsight, I have to be like, whoa, that's actually pretty good. Like, most businesses don't grow off of just word of mouth. They usually have a whole ad spend and social media outreach. But now I finally am investing in social media. And I think the other part of it, to be honest, aside from being lazy, I was fearful. I didn't want to not succeed in social media. I didn't want to get on and people be like, oh, look at this kid, he's not even that big, he doesn't know what he's talking. I didn't want to experience that. And so, but I haven't, and I've had, what I've actually done is I've hired coaches because I didn't know what I was doing with social media. I've never had, in the years, because I still did social media, like dabbling. I did like one post a week. Sometimes I'd fall off and then do one post a month, and some weeks I'd do really good and have 3 or 4 posts in that week. And I didn't have a strategy. I didn't develop the skills to be successful with social media. And since then, I've hired like 4 different coaches who've taught me incredible skills about how to do social media, how to be more successful, like what to say, what not to say, who to target, who not to target. And there's so much that I can't even get into that. However, I'm saying that actually to conclude with, if you struggle with something, just ask for help. Don't be lazy, don't be fearful, just ask for help, because there's people who are there who do this. They can help you get from where you are to where you want to be, and then there's levels above that. And I think that that's probably the main thing I want you to take away. So aside from just being transparent with yourself, even if it's not working with me for your fitness, like, go find someone in your area who you can meet with or whatever. Invest in yourself, because it will pay out in the long run, and you will be happy that you did it after the months, after the years of the skills that you developed, the discipline that you developed, the nuances that you learned to be successful. I promise you. I wish someone told me this from a younger age, but it is what it is. You guys have the knowledge now. Time to go execute. Put in the comments what you think. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna get some help? Where you struggle with? Let me know. Let's talk. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.